Hello, it's Joseph Rittenhouse, your financial educator, your lifestyle idea guy. I'm in Tbilisi, Georgia, Tbilisi, and I'm in Georgia the country, not Georgia the state. Beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful dancing and clothing. I want to talk to you about two things. The first thing was about my recent income and expenses. And then the second thing was to add on to a video I made the other day where I was talking about my overall goal, why I like to create and share videos and write and things like that. My income and expenses, I was getting a little bit nervous because I wasn't keeping track of, I started to get lazy. So I started to get a little bit nervous because by this point, I've been keeping track of my income and expenses for so many years that it's become a habit. And if I'm not keeping track of how much money I'm spending every day, I physically start to feel uncomfortable and nervous. So I got the notebook out and I went to a Dunkin' Donuts. I got the credit card statements out, got the Excel spreadsheet out, and I wrote down how much I've been spending. I try to keep everything on one credit card so that it's all there and easy to collect the data. I try to not spend cash as much as possible because whenever I spend cash, I very quickly, within 2 or 3 days, start to lose track of how much money I'm spending. Sat down and I wrote everything down, and I found out that as I've been traveling through Europe, I'm spending about $1,600 per month. That's for trains, planes, buses, hotels, all my meals and coffees and things like that, and which is $55 per day. And then as you stop, as you start to travel less, or say you stop at a country like Georgia where it's a little less expensive, your daily costs are going to start to go down. I imagine it like a graph. I have my y-axis, which is how much money I'm spending per day. 10, 20, 50, $100 per day. Then I have the x-axis, which is time. Each day, my daily rate of money that I'm spending in 1 month. So as you're traveling and as you're in more expensive countries or continuing to buy more bus tickets and plane tickets, you're up at a higher daily expense, $55 for me. The more you travel, you're taking this number up. As I start to slow down and travel less and then stop, like in a country like Georgia, I'm down to as low as $15 per day. I can get my daily expenses to as low as $15 per day here in Georgia. The cheapest bed you're gonna find is $7 a night. Mid-range is gonna be $35. That's like their average kind of hotel. Like I would compare it with like a Motel 6 in America. And then the higher range, you can spend as much money as you want, just like any country. The sky's the limit. So my daily spending rate went down from $55 to $15 a day. That's what I'm doing right now. Meals are about $3 per meal. I eat about 2 meals a day, $7 for a bed. So I feel better. Now I know what's going on. I can sleep better at night and know that my income exceeds my expenses. The second thing I wanted to talk about was, in addition to the video I made the other day where I was talking about the overall reason for making these videos, I wanted to talk more specifically about small business. Like everyone else, I do have the dream, the American dream of having a small business and having my name on it. You know, I don't know what it is. Everyone wants to have that creative outlet. And real estate works. I'm going to continue to do real estate and put 90% of all my profits back into real estate. It's slow, it's steady, it's consistent. I've never lost money with real estate. I love it. It's cool. I like looking at houses and I like looking at apartment complexes. I love the people that I work with, the partners. And I'm going to continue to love real estate, but why would I want to do something like small business, like a bakery or cafe or dry cleaner or delivery service, those sorts of small service businesses? The best way I can explain it is because it's maybe like an artist, how they use a different medium to express different things differently. I don't know how to explain it, but some artists, they maybe will use oil one day and then another day they want to use charcoal. Another day they use a pencil, and that's the best way I can explain it. Well, real estate gives me wealth. It's my financial engine and gives me financial freedom. I still have some parts of my personality that are not being shared. That I can't express through real estate. So I do have the idea to have small service businesses, but I'm not foolish. I'm not gonna run myself and run my family into the ground through foolish ideas. Real estate works. It always works. It continues to work. If you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you'll see that a lot of people that start their small businesses, they use money from friends and family, borrowed from friends and family. They will get a equity line of credit on their house. So when their business fails, not only did they spend 3 to 5 years to start their small business, but now they've also hurt personal relationships. They've also put their house at risk. They might lose their house. And I don't want to go down that road. The data is all there. Real estate works, small business, risky, and you're likely to hurt relationships and run yourself and run your family into the ground. I've seen a lot of people in tears over the damage that their failed small business has done to their family, and I don't want to go down that road. I think it's also pride of authorship. People have this idea. They should have taught us this stuff when we were growing up. That's why I'm talking about it right now. They should have taught us, growing up, I thought, oh yeah, we grow up and we do these businesses and it's your dream and you get to share your name and you're going to be this successful guy. And no one ever taught us, hey, you don't need to do that. You can do something like real estate. But anyway, pride of authorship. Pride of authorship is when people want to say that I did it. Look I created this. This is all my idea, all my colors, all my designs, all my products. A lot of these people aren't even educated or experienced in small business. No experience. They just go out and kind of run the family into the ground. Sure, you can be successful and you can learn, but a lot of people are not successful, and I'm not going to take that sort of risk. What I've been doing is I've been using real estate as not only as a financial engine, but also as a playground, as a school to start to teach me small business ideas. The other day I was learning about cost minus strategy. I think that's where you have your product and a competitor's product, the cost, and you put the cost of your product just below their price. So you make a product that's just as good in quality, but you price it just a little bit below it, so you take some of their customers away. There was also another way. It was called cost margin cost. So I forgot what it was called, but it's where you make your product and you say, I want to make 50% margin, and whatever it takes to make your product, you just add 50% margin on there, and that's going to be the price of your product. So there's different ways of pricing your product, and I'm taking these principles and these ideas and I'm applying it to real estate so I can start to memorize the terminology, memorize the principles, and I understand the ideas. It's still going to be many years before I get into a small service business. And when I do, I'm not going to have the pride of authorship. I'm not going to say this has to be all my idea. I'm not going to have the ego saying I'm the big successful guy. I'm going to definitely find mentors, find people who are better at it than me, and I'm going to do exactly what they tell me to do. Speaking of people, I rarely listen to one person completely. I'm surrounded by all sorts of people, all sorts of friends and acquaintances and partners. And one person might tell me 50% of what they talk about is about relationships, human relationships, and 50% of what they talk about is about money, business, finances. If they tell me something about human relationships, I'm going to compare it with someone else who I know is successful in that area. And if what you said about human relationships matches up a little bit with what that person said, and I know they know what they're talking about, now I'm going to give you a lot of credit when you talk to me about human relationships. If you tell me something about money, about work, about the way life is and the way life and business is, I'm going to take a little bit of what you said and I'm going to compare it with someone else who I know is successful with business and with making money. And if it matches up, I'm going to give you a lot of credit in that area. And if what you say does not match up with that person who I know is successful, I'm not going to give you any credit when you talk to me about money. I'm not going to listen to you at all. So I'm surrounded by different people, and I listen to them different percentages for different topics that they talk about. I almost never listen to one person completely about everything they say about every topic, but I pick and choose people to listen to about different topics. And when I get into small service business, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to surround myself with people who know what they're talking about. I'm not going to have an ego about it, and I'm not going to have the pride of saying that it was all my creation. So I wanted to put that goal out there because I wanted to state it, that I not only want to gather information and share information about financial education and lifestyle, but later I do want to get into small service business, but I'm not going to be foolish about it. I'm not going to run myself or my family into the ground. I'm going to continue to stick with real estate, and I also recommend that you stick with real estate first. Take your $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 that you might have maybe would have not made with your small business, might not have been successful, and just put it in real estate. It's a sure thing. And then when your real estate foundation is secure and pumping out money every month for you to live off of, take a small portion of that and start your small service business. I think that's what I'm going to do, and that's the plan for now. From Tbilisi, Georgia, have a good day.